Hey, what up, you guys? It's Danny B. You're watching the Trash Dash. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my Jess Franco collection. And I'm just going to go through these pretty quick. I'm not going to say too much about the plot or anything like that because there's so many of them. But I will say if I liked it or not. So here we go. Alright, so I kind of divided these up by the labels I put them out. So I'm going to start with the full moon stuff. And this is the 10-disc Jess Franco collection produced by Erwin C. Dietrich that they put out. Barbed Wire Dolls. Probably my favorite of Jess Franco's Women in Prison stuff. Really awesome one. Jack the Ripper, starring Klaus Kinski. Really great cinematography in this one. Pretty cool movie. Yeah, I really like this one. This is kind of the movie that got me into Jess Franco. Next up, we got Women in Cell Block 9. It's a lot like Barbed Wire Dolls. A lot more polished and stuff. I think I like Barbed Wire Dolls just a little bit better. They're pretty much the same plot. I gotta give this one a rewatch though, because maybe I do prefer that one over the Barbed Wire Dolls, but yeah, great film. Blue Rita. This is a very weird one. Yeah, I can't even explain how weird this is. This is like these women keeping a guy in a jail cell and shooting him with laser guns that make him horny. Such a weird movie. Alright, and then we got Sexy Sisters. This one's not like a sci-fi or nothing, but very weird movie. She's keeping her sister in a cage, and she's like horny as fuck, and she takes all these guys over to her house to bang her sister. It's a very weird one. One of my favorites, though. Next up, we got Love Camp. Actually, you know what? This might be my favorite of his Women in Prison stuff. This one's pretty funny, and then it's got really hot chicks in it, and yeah, just a blast, this one. Love Camp. There's even a talking parrot that's pretty hilarious in it. Voodoo Passion. Not really one of his best films or nothing, but you know, it's got its cool cinematography, and it's a lot of just naked people dancing around playing the fucking bongos while they're, I don't know, this chick is hypnotized. It takes place in Haiti. It's an okay movie. Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun, probably my favorite Jess Franco movie. I mean, this one is just such a like nunsploitation masterpiece, but also it's got a lot to say about the Catholic Church and stuff. I don't know. I love this one. Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun. Marquis de Sade, also known as The Portrait of Doriana Gray. I get to give this one a rewatch. I did watch it once, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. But it was you know, I remember, you know, Lena Romay is good in it. Alright, then we got Slaves. They're also known as Swedish Nympho Slaves, where Lena Romay is a pimp. This one's pretty good. I think I kind of dozed off when I was watching this one, so I don't remember too much about it. But I remember Lena Romay is like got these women hostage and they're prostitutes. Decent one. Okay, and then they also put out a couple more from Jess Franco. I picked up Erotic Kill, which is like the alternate cut of Female Vampire. And this is the VHS, like the repress of a VHS box, or I don't know what you call it. I had to pick this up. I thought this was so cool. And yeah, I love the artwork on that. And I love the name Erotic Kill better than Female Vampire too, so yeah. Then we got Angel of Death, which a lot of people say is not very good, but I liked it. And this is a co-production or a co-directed by Andrea Bianchi, if I'm saying the guy's name right. The guy that directed Burial Ground. Him and Franco both directed this movie, and I think one of them got fired and they had to get the other guy to finish it. So then we got Countdown to Esmeralda Bay. I haven't watched this one yet. With Robert Forster is in this one, and it's funny because he usually works with an actor named Robert Foster, and I always see the name and I think, oh, Robert Forster, but this one's actually got Robert Forster in it. All right, then we got Night of the Eagles, Christopher Lee and Mark Hamill. I watched a little bit of this. It wasn't the best, but pretty cool to see those two actors working with Jess Franco. Virgin for Saint Tropez. This was directed by someone else. Let me see if I can see the guy's name. Directed by George Fryland, but co-directed by Jess Franco. I guess Jess Franco like ghost directed a lot of this movie. So Virgin for Saint Tropez. I haven't watched that one yet. All right, so let's go on to the Blue Underground stuff. All right. First up, we got Succubus. One of his more abstract kind of movies. Wasn't a big fan of this one, but it kind of grew on me. Like, I get the urges to rewatch it every now and then. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's okay. Venus in Furs. This one's pretty cool. This is kind of like the guy wakes up on the beach and he's got no memory of what happened to him or anything. He's a jazz musician. He kind of solves a murder. Yeah, pretty cool one. 99 Women, the original women in prison film that he did, and I think maybe one of the first ones in existence. I don't know if I got that right, but yeah, this one, it's pretty good. I do like his more sleazier ones like Barbed Wire Dolls and Women in Cell Block 9 better than this. But this one, not too bad. Produced by Harry Allen Towers. Yeah, cool one. Cannibals, probably my favorite one that they put out, that Blue Underground put out from him. Love this one. The music in this movie is really awesome and really cool cannibal movie. Yeah. Eugenie, not the biggest fan of this one, but if you're a fan of the Marquis de Sade, I think it's one of the more faithful adaptations of his stories. Christopher Lee is in it, pretty cool in it, and the actress, I kind of forget her name, Marie Liljadal, but she was really good in it. Cecilia, this one's a little bit slow, but I really like it. Very kind of like relaxing to watch this one. Yeah, Cecilia, good one. The Bloody Judge, not a big fan of this. I mean, it's okay. Christopher Lee's really good in it, and it's got some cool gory scenes and stuff. But I hear it is a like faithful to the true story of. This is based on a true story of this guy. Yeah, The Bloody Judge. Another copy of Cannibals because the one I had over there skipped, so I had to rebuy it. The Castle of Fu Manchu. Kind of funny one. Fu Manchu is like an old character from like the silent film era, I believe, and this is Jess Franco making this with Christopher Lee as Fu Manchu. If you like Big Trouble in Little China, check this out because it was really reminding me of Big Trouble in Little China a lot. All right, then we get this is kind of like just a miscellaneous bunch of stuff I get from Jess Franco, of course. Night of the Skull. This one was kind of like, it's supposed to be kind of like a murder mystery type of thing, but it wasn't that great. The ending was really good and cool, a couple cool scenes here and there and stuff, but overall not the best work he's ever done or nothing. Who put that out? It was Image Entertainment put that one out. Faceless, one of his best movies, one of my top 5 favorite Jess Franco movies. Really entertaining stuff. This kind of reminds me a lot of Andre Bianchi's work. So if you're a fan of like Burial Ground, check this one out because they kind of have a lot in common. And yeah, it's really bizarre stuff. I guess it's kind of like a remake of Eyes Without a Face, but way cheesier. All right, then we got Tender Flesh. This is another cheesy one. Oh, this was the Shriek Show put this one out. But also Vinegar Syndrome, or not, Severin has this now. Yeah. Tender Flesh. Really cool one. Yeah, this is kind of like the last, or like the Deadliest Game, like that type of story. Really weird stuff. Where she's like jacking off mummies and she's on the run from cannibals. And I don't know, it's just a really pretty bizarre movie. I think I did a review of that one, so check out the review. Lust for Frankenstein, also starring Michelle Bow or Amber Newman from that's Amber Newman too. Yeah, I haven't watched this one yet. I watched a little bit of it and it was pretty crazy, so I gotta give the rest of it a watch. All right, Red Silk. I watched a little bit of this and it was pretty hysterical. I haven't seen. Oh, and these are both Shakorama Cinema. I keep forgetting to show the labels on these. Yeah, Seduction Cinema, Shakorama Cinema. These are both one-shot productions. And this is Sub Rosa. Red Silk. It's a pretty funny movie that I've seen of it. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but yeah, pretty hilarious. This one is from Severin, Sinfonia Erotica. It was okay. Not my favorite, really, but then we get from Kino Lorber, Exorcism. This has also a couple other cuts. Demoniac is on this Blu-ray. And then there's another cut that I'm going to talk about soon. But yeah, this one's cool. I like it. I like actually all three cuts of this movie. Demons. This is a lot like kind of like like the love letters of a Portuguese nun, but this one's a lot worse. I'm not a huge fan of this one. It goes on just way too long. It's like 2.5 hours, and it's not as good as what he did in Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun. It does have some cool demon scenes though, which Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun is not really like a possession movie at all. So that's cool. That one is also Kino Lorber. This next one is Mondo Macabre. The Other Side of the Mirror. One of my favorite, probably my second favorite, if not my favorite, Jess Franco movie. Very beautiful film, dealing with suicide and post-traumatic stress disorder from the suicide. And yeah, really cool. And it's like kind of like in the metaphors of a slasher film too. Yeah, The Other Side of the Mirror. This one is also from Sub Rosa Blind Target. This has Linnea Quigley in it. But this is not very good. This is probably the worst Jess Franco movie that I own and that I've seen. I'm still happy to have it in my collection. Before I get on to the bootlegs, because I have a lot of his bootleg stuff, I'm going to talk about this one, which is Rolls Royce Baby, which is not a Jess Franco movie, but it's directed by his producer, and it has a lot of people that he works with all the time, including Lena Romay, who's the star in this, who is Jess Franco's wife later in life, I guess. Yeah, this is a cool one. If you like Jess Franco's work, check this one out, because he might have even ghost directed some of it. I've heard people say that. I don't know. But this one's cool, too. All right, and then I'm going to pause this and get on to the bootleg stuff. All right, first up for the bootlegs, and I don't condone bootlegging or anything. I'm planning to buy the actual copies of these movies, but there's just so many of them that I was just like, all right, I want to watch them, and I can't afford them all at the moment. So, first up, we got Oasis of the Zombies, which is one of the worst zombie movies of all time, people say, but I like it, and I don't think it's as bad as people say. And if you watch the new master of it, it's actually pretty cool looking, and yeah, kind of a slower one, but I like it. Oasis of the Zombies, pretty cool zombies in it too. And then this one is directed by Jean Rollin, but it was written by Jess Franco, which is Zombie Lake, and I really like that one. I like that one even more than Oasis of the Zombies. Yeah, Zombie Lake. All right, and then I got these. I've made little volumes of bootlegs. Jess Franco Collection Volume 1. This is Virgin Among the Living Dead, which is an awesome one of his best works. Sexy Sisters, which I do have the actual copy of that now. Didn't have it at the time. Sodomania, another kind of women in prison one he did. It is pretty entertaining. It's not my favorite, but it's got some funny stuff in it. Women Behind Bars, that one's okay. It's a little bit duller than his other stuff. The Lillian, the Perverted Virgin, I haven't watched that one yet. Erotikill, or this is the female vampire cut of the movie, but I just called it Erotikill. I don't know, I just wrote that. Sinner, Diary of a Nymphomaniac, that's a good one. Very kind of sad one that he did. Sex is Crazy. This has got to be the most bizarre movie he's made. The Sex is Crazy. There was a hard to find physical release when I put this on here. There actually is a physical Blu-ray of it now that Severin put out. So pick that up. Voodoo Passion. I got the actual copy of that now, and also the Marquis de Sade, Dorian Gray. I got the real one of that now. Wanda the Wicked Warden. That one was also produced by Erwin C. Dietrich, and Full Moon didn't put it out. Maybe they didn't have the rights to or something, but that one is awesome. That's my favorite of any of the Ilsa movies, because it's really like an Ilsa movie. They just call it Wanda because they couldn't get the rights to call it. I actually like the name Wanda the Wicked Warden better. But yeah, that one's awesome. Love that one. The Diabolical Dr. Z, people say that one's really good. I actually have not watched that one yet, so I gotta check that out. Kiss Me Killer, I haven't watched it. Fury in the Tropics, haven't watched it. Downtown is a 90s action movie that he did. I watched a little bit of it, kind of slower. It was okay. I gotta watch the rest of that. All right, Killer Barbies, one of my favorite Jess Franco movies. I'm planning on getting the actual disc of that because I love that one so much. It's just like it's got a band in it playing punk rock, and it mashes up with Jess Franco's style so well. Because Jess Franco is kind of like a punk rocker. He's a jazz musician, but his films are pretty much punk rock, like the big "fuck you" letters to the censors of Spain and stuff like that. Uh, Vampiros Lesbos, one of his most famous works. I like that one. I didn't like it so much the first time I watched it, but it kind of grew on me. I gotta get the actual disc of that one too. Tender Flesh. This is just the VHS one that I have, but I put it on a DVD so I can watch it on a DVD player. Bride's Revenge. I hear that one's one of his best works. I haven't watched that one yet. Wicked Women. That was a cool one. Pretty weird one with Lena Romay in like a mental institution. The Awful Dr. Orloff, one of his most famous works. I think this is maybe the first horror film of Spain, like any of the like first Spanish horror film or something like that. I watched like half of it. I gotta finish it, but it was pretty cool. All right, let's go on to volume 2 here. All right, White Skin, Black Thighs. I watched a little bit of that. That one's pretty much just like a straight up porno one. The Sadistic Baron von Klaus. Haven't watched that one yet. The Other Side of the Mirror. I talked about that one. That's before I had the actual thing. Bloody Moon is a good one. If you like his horror stuff, or if you like horror movies, then that's like the straight up horror movie that he did. Via Luna del Mil. I don't know what that is. I haven't watched that one yet. Helter Skelter. I think I watched a little bit. That one's pretty much just like a straight up porno too, but he did it in the 2000s and Lena Romay was like in her 60s, so I don't know. It's not really my thing, but had to have it anyways. Succubus. I talked about that one. Tender Flesh. I got another one, I guess. The Other Side of the Mirror I put on there, but it didn't work, I guess. And then Vampire Junction. I haven't watched that one yet. Manual Exposed. I watched that one. Not really very good. Broken Dowels. I hear that's Lena Romay's favorite performance of her own, so I gotta watch that one. Los Chicos del Tanga, Crypt of the Condemned. I think that's one of his last films that he made. I haven't watched that one yet. The Erotic Rites of Frankenstein. I think maybe I have that one. No, I have Lust for Frankenstein. Oh, okay, I remember. This is one of the 70s ones he did. People say that this is one of his best works. I watch it. It's okay. Like, the cinematography is really good, but the story doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It's not really one of my favorites. Killer Barbies versus Dracula. The sequel to Killer Barbies, not very good. Mansion of the Living Dead. Pretty funny one. I've only watched, like, I think 3/4 of that one, but it was pretty cool. Kind of like his version of the Blind Dead movies. She Killed in Ecstasy. That was with Sol Miranda. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one that she's in besides Vampiros Lesbos. Love Camp, I talked about that one already. Got the real disc of that. Downtown Heat. I think I got that one on another bootleg. I think that's the same action film. Revenge of the Alligator Ladies. And I think that is the very last one that he did. I haven't watched that one yet. Eugenie, Sex is Happening. I watched that one. That's one with Soledad Miranda. I'm probably messing up her name right there, but yeah, she's pretty good in that one. Pretty crazy story about, I don't know. I don't even want to get into it really. El Lago de las Virgins. Haven't watched that one yet. The Corpse Packs a Bag is kind of like a based on an Edgar Wallace story, I believe. So it's like much more like a mystery, like a giallo almost. Pretty cool one. Revenge in the House of Usher, which is like a sequel to Dr. Orloff. I haven't watched that one yet. The Sexual Story of I watched half of that one. Pretty much kind of like a straight up porno. A little bit of a story, but it was okay. I gotta rewatch the second half. Countdown to Esmeralda Bay. That's that action one. I got the real one of that with Robert Forster. Dracula, Prisoner of Frankenstein. That one's pretty cool. That's got Vernon Howard. Am I saying his name right? Playing Dracula. Yeah, cool one. Lorna the Exorcist. I watched that one. Wasn't a big fan of it, really. Let's see. The Devil Hunter. That one's not that great. That one's got Al Cliver in it from Zombie. And he's fighting like this cannibal with like crazy fake eyes. It's okay. It's really cheesy. It's not. I like the actual Cannibals movie that he did way better. White Cannibal Queen, it was called. Is the other name for it, for the other one. This one's alright. Shining Sex. Lena Romay is, I believe, an alien in that one. That one's alright. Angel of Death. I got the real thing of that now. That one's okay. Okay, then we're coming down to the last stack here. Las Chicas del Tenga. I don't think I watched that one. Linda. I watched that one. That one's pretty good. Sadist Erotica, also known as Two Undercover Angels. That one's very 60s, like the style of the 60s. I wasn't really feeling it. If you like Charlie's Angels and stuff, you might like it. It's got like kind of a very 60s TV type of vibe to it. Let's see. I Burn All Over, pretty much like a straight up porno movie he did with oh my god, I just said her name a minute ago. Bridget Leahy. That one's pretty cool. I like that one. Night Has 1,000 Desires. I watched a little bit of that. Wasn't really feeling it. I turned it off. But maybe I'll finish it. Macumba Sexual. If you like Nightmare on Elm Street, that's almost like Jess Franco's version of Nightmare on Elm Street, where this girl's being haunted by this, I don't know, like Egyptian Freddy Krueger almost. The Sadist of Notre Dame. Oh, The Sadist of Notre Dame. That's the other cut of Exorcist and Demoniac. That's my favorite cut of the film, where Jess Franco himself is playing like this, like serial killer who's uptight. He's like mad that the world's going to shit, so he's going around stabbing everyone. That one's really cool. I like that. That's the best cut of the movie in my opinion. All right, and then Justine. If you like old timey like period pieces and stuff, then check that one out. That's based on a Marquis de Sade story, I believe. One of his best, one of his most critically acclaimed works, but not really my favorite. I like more of his sleazy kind of women in prison type of stuff. The Lovers of Devil's Island. I have not watched that one yet. The Blues of Pop Street. I did watch that one. That's kind of like like his version of Blade Runner or something. It was pretty funny. It was really cheesy. It was cracking up. I was dying laughing. The place is called Shit City. And then Jess Franco has a line in it where he's like on his deathbed or something. And he's like saying, everything in this place is shit. I guess that's why they must call it Shit City. The Demons, that's just the same movie I showed called The Demons. This one, for some reason, has English audio on it, and the actual DVD doesn't have English audio, so I downloaded it for that. X312 Flight to Hell. I watched a little bit of it. It looked pretty cool, and I gotta finish it. Alright, Silence of the Tomb. I haven't watched that one yet. It looked kind of cool, though. And let's see what's last. Erotikill, the horror version, which is just the VHS version, I put it on DVD basically. Alright, and that's gonna do it. That's my Jess Franco collection. Let me know your favorite ones, or if you have any questions about these, or want me to review one, do a full review, I'll do that, or possibly do that. Maybe I'll just answer your question in the comments. Yeah. Let me know your favorite Jess Franco movies. This is Danny B. You're watching The Trash Dash. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.